Venice, incomparable city, like no other in the world. Here you can find poetical quietness and feel like to be in a painting, or chaotic stress in a rush to consume must-be tourism. The beautiful main channel is a highway, and we'll see how to use it properly. The best way to reach Venezia by train, unless you have a private boat, well, that's a good way too, by train, remember. The iconic station of Venice Santa Lucia is a multi-dimensional door from modernism to the eternal. They are experimenting access with QR code and ticket. It can happen on your visit. Check the link. From the station you can walk all through the old city to the main square, passing the nice little bridges of Venice, crossing countless narrow channels, feeling the real old life in the alleys, so European yet so oriental. Well, you can find squares where there's no people, very enjoyable, like this one. Which is the best way to visit Venice? Gotta find out. You can also take the public service boats and see the view from the main channel, Canal Grande. It's a relaxing and almost private experience to stay on the little docks that you reach by the infinite deserted little alleys on the labyrinthic city. Because everybody goes to the souvenir streets. All this walking makes me hungry. What better than a mix of focaccia and pizza? You can rent a gondola or a motorboat. You will have more privacy than standing on the Rialto Bridge. It's always crowded and at risk of pickpockets, and introduces you to the bazaar. Well, you normally see pigeons in San Marco Square, of course, it's the square of the pigeons, but never seen seagulls like this way, like this time. San Marco Square is famous, of course, for the Basilica Church, for the tower, for the architecture palaces, but mainly for its cafes and bars. If you want to drink and eat in San Marco Square Cafe, you have to bring a lot of money. Man, here they can ask you whatever sum of money to drink a coffee or a simple thing. So we tried the oldest cafe in the world. Two cups of tea, 24 euros. Mira la tacita. Why visit Venice? At the end, I will be able to tell you. The symbol of Venice is the winged lion, now only pigeons and seagulls. There we see the columns between San Marco and the sea. At our left, Saint Mark the Evangelist in the form of winged lion. At our right, Saint Theodore. You don't swim in Venice, not just because it's forbidden, but because, no, you don't want to swim here, believe me. Italy. Only in Italy views like this, where poetry yet perfection, mathematics yet spirit, material preciousness yet intangible soul blend together. One thing I can't stand here in Venice is that every restaurant, every cafe you pass by, waiters stop you. They want to sell you lunch. They want you to enter in all the restaurants. The waiters stop you, and with every, call it a trick. If you are talking with a friend, they enter in the conversation. They offer, help that you didn't ask. What do you want to go? What are you searching? What are you looking for? Here, there, and with every trick and hypocrisy. I can't stand this standard in every damned tourist city. Where to stay for the night in Venice? Further on we will show you what we chose. For us is the best solution.
But you see, so particularly strange that it's so funny, so strange that all the restaurants, all waiters are from Asia, somebody from Africa, but none of them are, Italian. There's no problem, but it's so funny because people come to Venezia for the Italian-Venetian aspect, and you find all waiters and cooks and people who manage restaurants. And there are, as you can imagine, plenty of restaurants and souvenir sellers, all from Asia. Some African, a few, but all from Asia. Not even one Venetian, Italian, original people. A changing world. You go to Venezia and you find people from Asia. Maybe you go to Asia and you will find Venetian people. I don't know.
There are gondolas that for €2 carry people to cross the channel, so you don't have to go for the bridges. These men, the gondoliers, are the only personnel original from Venice or the region around Venice. Now we're gonna take the typical Venetian aperitivo, the spritz.
Okay, show the typical spritz from Venice, from Veneto. Spritz. How do you like it?
I like it.
You like it?
I like it. Me gusta.
All the wells that you can find in Venice, many wells, now they're not working, but they're working like drums.
And this is how they carry out the garbage from the city, of course by boat. When you stay in Venice, keep it clean, keep it neat, please. Venice wasn't built in a day.
Tourists all around. Few people are resident here in Venice. Few inhabitants. All tourists. And dogs. What I notice here in Venice is that in every shop, every store, every market, the people who sell, they know languages. They speak, they know many words from many languages. Of course, English, Spanish, I heard Chinese, Portuguese. So year after year of tourists in Venice, the people who work here, they know many languages. They can speak a little every important language. English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese.
The commerce. The finest product here is the famous Murano glass from a little island near here. The glass of Venice. You can find classic items, but also modern high-class products. Palace Contarini del Bovolo is a treasure hidden in the deepness of the historical center that actually is the whole city. So to visit and to live the real Venice, you have to walk also up and down the infinite numerous bridges.
This is the famous Theatre La Fenice, built in 1792. La Fenice in Italian is the phoenix, you know, the bird. And history sometimes is funny or even tragicomic, because in 1996 there was a great fire that destroyed this theater, that was rebuilt like a real phoenix.
Luxury shopping in Venice. I'm not a shopping center kind of guy, but this is a real palace from 16th century, Fondaco dei Tedeschi, and it's not so bad.
Here in La Corte del Fondaco we found a real wishing well. Do you have a wish?
Un deseo lo pido.
Which kind of wish?
Ah, così.
Let me see. This is the famous or infamous, as you like, Calatrava Bridge, modern or contemporary, as you may say. And what is difficult to understand is how an architect so famous made a bridge with a part in glass, without steps. With rain, it's deadly to everybody. And ice.
Venice is kind of an island with a great S-shaped channel in the middle, called Canal Grande. There are 4 bridges to cross the main channel, or you can cross it with the ferry boat or with a gondola like showed before. The way to have a spiritual contact with Venice is to find many of those quiet hidden places.
But more often you will find in Venice squares and streets plenty of people. Alleys, streets, plenty of people where you can't literally walk. If you can, we suggest find apartment on top with a balcony to enjoy all the Venice roofs, beautiful scenery.
Why visit Venice? Venice is a journey, the walk of its history in time. burned by chance to hide people on countless islands in a pointless lagoon that became an empire, military, commercial, cultural, and artistic. A culture that built the most amazing city, powerful yet gentle. A place that has made fall in love the most illuminated minds and finest poetic hearts of the world. For centuries, Venice has been a rendezvous of artists, dreamers, philosophers, lovers, who have furthermore enriched this magical lagoon. Take the journey to Venice and nourish on a journey of a human heritage, so perishable, still eternal.